All right, what is going on, guys? It's your boy Killer Cam. I'm here with my girlfriend Jessica,
Hi.
and we are here to review Elimination Chamber 2020. It went off the air about 2 hours ago. As I'm reviewing this, maybe an hour, and I must say this pay-per-view surprised me with it being good. It was good, but it wasn't great. It had problems, but it did good. So the kickoff show match was the Viking Raiders against Hawkins and Ryder. It's Viking Raiders, Hawkins and Ryder.
Yeah, I was just kind of like, oh, okay.
It was random. They announced it today. Was what it was. Daniel Bryan defeated Drew Gulak in the opening match on the show. Great match. Daniel Bryan ended up winning with a yes lock. I was doing a couple things here and there, so I have to really go back and watch the whole match. But the parts of the match I saw this match was incredible. I saw a couple moves that they did, and I know Daniel Bryan ended up winning with the yes lock. I'm not surprised there that Daniel Bryan did win.
I agree.
Over Drew Gulak. Don't get me wrong, though, Gulak is an incredible competitor, and he gave Daniel Bryan one hell of a fight. And it was quite something. Kayla Braxton was in the back interviewing Rudolph, and Rudolph said, "Hey, we are the last team to enter the Elimination Chamber, and tonight I will dedicate my victory to Mandy Rose," is what Dolph Ziggler said that he was going to. Would they get a victory? Let's find out later in the show. No. Anyway, the next match was the United States Championship match. Andrade took on Humberto Carrillo. Andrade retained the United States title. Great match. I gotta say, these two guys have great chemistry when they're in the ring with one another. I thought that this was no different. There was a phenomenal springboard thing. I don't know if you saw it, where Andrade was on the top and Humberto jumped on him, and
Oh yeah, that was
awesome. It was sick.
I agree with who won?
Well, the finish of the match came when Andrade grabbed his tights and won the match. So it was a cheap win. It was a cheap win, but hey, it did what it did. Now we're going to get to what I really want to talk about, and that is the SmackDown Tag Team Elimination Chamber match. And what a hell of an Elimination Chamber it was. You had phenomenal spots in here, from Grand Metalik climbing the top of the Elimination Chamber to Otis running so damn hard that he knocks his damn self out of the Elimination Chamber. So the match started out with New Day and the Usos, which is, the best team that I think you should have. And, these guys have great chemistry. I don't have to talk about New Day and the Usos with one another. Lucha Dragons comes out. Then it's Heavy Machinery. Then it's who is it? Who am I forgetting? Oh, Miz and Morrison, and then Rudolph. So I must say, this Elimination Chamber match was great.
Oh yeah.
The first elimination was Lucha House Party was eliminated.
What I said.
Was eliminated by Heavy Machinery. And the way it worked is, the thing I love the most about this, though, is you knew Otis was going to get his hands on Dolph somehow, some way. And it was interesting to me because Dolph was trying to escape Otis, and he climbed to the top of the Elimination Chamber, and Tucker said, "You want him? You want him? Here you go." And he just threw him. He threw him down. He threw him down to Otis, and Otis had Dolph set up and was gonna run, and he ran straight through the Elimination Chamber. I've never seen that before.
What about when
that was intriguing to me? Just like when I don't know if it was Grand Metalik or Lince Dorado when they went to the very, very top and jumped off onto everybody else. Or there was a move that one dude did where he was. You remember that move where he did a whole nice ass flip or whatever it was?
God, who was that?
I think it was one of the Lucha Dragons. But then there was a spot that I also loved with the Usos when it came down to Miz and Morrison and the Usos, when Miz had Jimmy Uso in the figure four and Morrison hit Starship Pain. Anyway, Heavy Machinery was eliminated by Rudolph. And Dolph Ziggler was doing the whole bye-bye thing. And, then Rudolph gets eliminated, and they say, nah. Hey,
hey,
yeah, and they do the whole goodbye.
goodbye.
And then they do, New Day got eliminated by Miz and Morrison. Kofi was going up to the top to do a move on the Usos, and he ended up missing it. Nobody home. Kofi and New Day get eliminated.
And did I not
then
say,
the Usos get eliminated.
Did I not say when I saw Kofi up there, I said, Kofi, don't do it.
Yep.
They're going to roll out of the way.
Miz and Morrison won the titles at Super Showdown and have lost 2 straight matches, and then they win this one. So, kind of a good win for them, a win that they needed. Then you get to Aleister Black versus AJ Styles, the match that I was looking forward to, and the match fell a little flat. There were some spots in the match that was good. Aleister Black put AJ Styles through a table. He hit him with a Singapore cane a couple times. But the highlight of this match, you have the OC and you have AJ Styles in the middle of the ring. AJ Styles is going for the phenomenal forearm, and all of a sudden you hear the gong. Ding. Ding. All of a sudden you hear that, and you just know. And my girlfriend Jessica went crazy over it. She said, "Oh my God, that's the Undertaker!" Yeah, so because I had not read about Taker being there at the show, so I didn't know he was going to be there too. It wasn't until during the show when they did it, but I was not on my phone a lot during the show, so I really was not paying attention to them saying Taker was there. But nevertheless, Undertaker showed up, and Aleister Black beat him with a black mass. And to me, that is the biggest win in Aleister Black's career.
I agree.
He beating a guy like AJ Styles is always a huge accomplishment. And this worked out perfect.
But I was super excited.
Perfectly for me. Raw Tag Team Championship match, you get the Street Profits over Seth Rollins and Murphy. Nothing to really say here. Street Profits retain the titles. But this is the thing that you realistically need to expect. The Street Profits won the titles on Monday night. Were they realistically going to lose the title 6 days after winning it to them? Kevin Owens threw popcorn in Rollins' face. I don't know if Owens is going to face Rollins at WrestleMania or what the deal with it is.
And the AOP was out there, and the Viking Raiders came out and attacked AOP.
Yes.
That was so funny.
Yes, that is right. AOP
got attacked by the Viking Raiders.
Got attacked by the Viking Raiders. And that was...
And then here comes Kevin Owens with his popcorn.
Kevin Owens had popcorn, threw it in Rollins' face.
Then after the match was won by the Street Profits.
Yeah.
He hit him with a stunner.
Yeah, he hit him with a stunner, so I guess they're setting up Kevin Owens and Seth Rollins at WrestleMania. This should be a great match between the two. It'll be great. I think that it's something that I would have to look forward to. I really do. I think that those two guys, anytime they get in the middle of the ring, they always seem to put on a great match and a great performance. And I just think that this is going to be no different between Owens and Rollins. We get a advertisement for the FCW thing that's going on. The documentary, which I have yet to see, but it looks like it's really, really good. Also, we get a vignette about the Rated R Superstar Edge being on Raw tomorrow night. And that should be interesting. Most likely what I think is going to happen is Edge is probably going to challenge Randy Orton for a match at WrestleMania, in which Edge is probably going to kick his ass. That's realistically speaking, Edge is probably going to kick his mother-loving ass. Anyway, though, we get to what is to me the most shocking result of the night. You get Sami Zayn, Cesaro, and Shinsuke Nakamura defeat Braun Strowman, and we have a new Intercontinental Champion. I didn't know how they were going to do it going into this. I didn't know if whoever got the pin was going to win the title or what the deal with it was, but Braun Strowman just won the title, and all of a sudden Sami Zayn gets it. So Shinsuke Nakamura hit him with a Kinshasa into the turnbuckle, and Sami Zayn hit him with a haluva kick, and just like that, match is over. Just like that. Now the match went about 8 minutes. It was the shortest match of the night, and this match was kind of weak. You could say the women's elimination chamber match was a little bit weak, but I'll get to that in just a minute. You know, that is what it is. But yeah, Sami Zayn is the new Intercontinental Champion. Okay, so the women's elimination chamber match is the Shayna Baszler show, because I knew going into this, I said there's no chance that it's going to be anybody except Shayna Baszler. So the match looks promising enough. You have it start out with who was it? Ruby Riott and Natalya, right? Yeah. It started out with Ruby Riott and Natalya. So Liv Morgan comes out and does a Sarah Logan comes out. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Sarah Logan comes out and does this nasty thing where she kicks Natalya into like the damn thing.
I mean,
but the fourth person out was Shayna Baszler. And she immediately comes in there. Kerfunder clutch to Sarah Logan. Sarah Logan taps out.
And she passed out.
Then not even 20 seconds later, Kerfunder clutch to Ruby Riott. She taps out. But what she did to Natalya was brutal. She had Natalya in the chamber and was slamming the door on her.
Oh my God.
You know, and that was brutal, but it would not be the worst one that I would see. No. I'll get to that in just a minute. But yeah, she eliminated Natalya.
What is it called again?
I think it's the Gerfunder. I don't know.
She eliminated Natalya
it's
with
Shayna's submission move.
And she passed out too.
So, you know, but that is something that to me, you know, when I saw this, you know, you already knew Shayna was going to win, but then, you know, you see her and all you got left is Liv Morgan and Asuka, and realistically speaking, Shayna Baszler was standing there for like 4 minutes, not doing nothing but just looking. You know, goading at both opponents, looking around. Liv Morgan comes out, and Jesus Christ is all I can say. She slams Liv Morgan up against the chamber and then picks her up like a wheelbarrow and swings her head into the plexiglass. The shit sounded like it hurt, and I know it probably did. And Liv Morgan's probably going to be feeling that, feeling the impact of that. But again, another submission makes Liv Morgan pass out. So we're down to Asuka and Shayna, and you know, and Asuka did get some offense in there. You know, Asuka got
she got the Asuka lock.
Asuka got the Asuka lock in there a couple times. But Shayna, of course, rolled out of it. Asuka got a little bit of offense, but it was nothing believable enough to beat Shayna. You know, I was thinking maybe Asuka would have pulled out the green mist, or something would have happened along those lines. But no, nothing happened. And all of a sudden, you know, you see Asuka and the Asuka lock, and the crowd starts to stand up like, oh, maybe it's something. No. Asuka passes out. Shayna Baszler wins the Women's Elimination Chamber. Now, I've seen a lot of people think that this is mixed reviews on this. Me personally, I didn't have a problem with Shayna dominating, but I think that this is the shortest Elimination Chamber match in history. I remember there was a couple years back where Braun Strowman dominated and got like 5 eliminations and then got eliminated by Roman Reigns. You know, this is kind of a similar thing to me, is that it reminds me, you know, you're really showing how dominant Shayna Baszler is, because you're setting up Shayna Baszler versus Becky, which you set up a long time ago, and then all of a sudden you had this Elimination Chamber match. You should have just had her challenge it like Roman did Goldberg, instead of wasting an Elimination Chamber match where she was superior. But hey, I like what was done with it. I do. And like I said, with a pay-per-view that had barely no build, you see I didn't do any pay-per-view predictions. It was decently surprising to me. The pros outweigh the cons a little bit. The overall grade for the show that I'm going to give it a 6.5 out of 10. Like I said, it was a good show, but it wasn't a great show. You know, there was things that were done good. There were things that weren't done good, But like I said, the pros outweigh the cons. There was a bunch of good stuff on the show, and there was some bad stuff. But, you know, there's always going to be some of that bad stuff on the show. You know, the 3-on-1 handicap match didn't make sense to, you know, what happened there. You know, I'm trying to think. The Women's Elimination Chamber, like I said, had mixed reviews. Aleister Black versus AJ Styles was really kind of, you know, it wasn't as good as what it could have been, but it was still it was still decent, and it was good to see an appearance from the Undertaker. It always is a good thing to see an appearance from the Undertaker. But it is what it is. So I guess moving forward, I don't know what they're gonna do with the rest of the ladies. I guess Natalia's and Asuka's gonna be involved in a match at Mania somehow, and I guess they're gonna do Liv, Ruby, and Sarah, or they're just gonna throw all three of them in a battle royal. Who knows? But nevertheless, it is what it is. Elimination Chamber, decent outing, last stop on the road to WrestleMania. Couple more Raws left before Mania. Couple more SmackDowns left before WrestleMania. We shall see what happens from here going forward. But yeah, like I said, WWE really hit the nail on the head with this one. It was a decent show. Anyway, guys, like I said, I hope you guys enjoyed the review. As always, this has been your boy Killer Cam, signing off once and for all. Anyway, guys, peace.
Peace.
I'm out.